Hello everyone and welcome back to Don't Starve. Yesterday we started off with exploring this massive part of the map here. We didn't find what we were looking for, what I was looking for. It may be even here, we haven't explored this part yet. But I am thinking that the autumn biome with the birch nut trees is actually up here. And yeah, we're going to have to search for it in a while. But first I actually want to start by making our crockpot. Our food is doing very well, and we need to get it up before we can actually go and do a bit more exploring, unfortunately. As you can see, I'm already hungry again. Let's eat these carrots. And when we have a crockpot, we can use... it's going to take more ingredients, but the recipes are better and better and give us more hunger in return. So that means that we could also use all the mushrooms we find laying around without having to worry about the negative or positive buffs. Unfortunately, we cannot use seeds in the crockpot, but we can use seeds for farming. So let's just... there should be enough of planks. A plank is full and I need 4, so it isn't unfortunately enough. So quickly make 3 of them and chop down 2 more trees. And I see that carrot over there, I'm going to grab it in a moment, but first I want to chop down this tree. And 1 more. After this. Don't forget that piece of wood. I see a berry bush over there as well. So first let's make the alchemy engine. We need 2 doodads for that, which are already in the chest at the base. And we need 2 cutstone, which are also made already. But we needed the 4 planks, and for that we needed wood, and since there is a tree guard near the base, we didn't want to cut any wood over there, so I went a bit north. I'm going to leave these berry bushes alone, do not need them at the moment. So let's quickly walk back to our base and have a look at what we're going to be needing for the crockpot after we have finished up our alchemy engine. Our base is a bit more south, there should be a wormhole over here, which is actually quite a bad wormhole. It takes us about a minute walk south, which isn't really worth it. Okay, let's go to grab our 2 doodads and our 2 cutstone over here. And let's make the last plank, which is under refine, and then underneath science we should be able to make the prototype, the alchemy engine, which we're going to be putting next to the science machine we have already gotten. It already unlocks even more options. As you can see, we can make basic farms with 4 poops, 8 grass and 4 logs, but we need 6 poops for an improved farm, which is a bit unfortunate because the only buffalo we actually found were down here, which is quite a long ways to walk every time we need poop. So I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do about that, but we'll see. But for now, let's also have a look at our crockpot, which is under food as well. Crockpot, we need 3 cutstone and 6 charcoal. Charcoal you get by burning down big trees, and cutstone we already know how to make. So let's quickly make these 3. And find a patch of wood which isn't very densely packed, but we have to cut down some trees in order to make sure we do not burn down the whole map. If you want to get any of the charcoal. I do not want to do it here near the beehive, that's asking for trouble. Let's do... we can have these trees. Let's quickly grab these sticks and these seeds. And then, do I have a torch on me? I do actually. Oh, it already burned down. That's unfortunate. Let's make a new one then. Quickly light this tree. Come on, Chester. Please do not stand in near the fire. Just have to wait for these. Let's unequip the torch quickly. And we're already hungry again. Let's quickly eat these roasted berries we've got. Okay, great. They burn down. That's 1 charcoal. 3 charcoal, so I need to burn down more trees. Well, this is a tricky area because I'm afraid I burned down too much. We can do this single tree, that's fine. It's not near other trees, or not close enough to other trees to actually make me worry that I will light up any other trees as well. These 2 are actually great to light up because they aren't close to anything. Be careful that I don't light myself on fire. Okay, great. Let's go back to the tree we burned over here. Oh, don't forget to pick up the charcoal. Charcoal. Charcoal, and this should also give us charcoal, and even a pine cone, which is great. I'm not going to pick up these ashes. It's not really worth it for me at the moment since I don't have any use for them. So let's quickly run back to our base and set up our crockpot so we can actually cook some proper food. So we can use this blue cap, which isn't... I want to try to see what it gives us, but I don't think the blue cap gives us anything worth. Actually, this together with the cooked green cap is really good because the green cap gives you 15 sanity, so you can actually get 12.5 hunger and 20 health, but with 90 health because cooked green cap is -1 if I'm not mistaken. But let's quickly set up our crockpot. Oh shoot, I need sticks. Do I have any sticks nearby? I can grab these two over here. I thought I had enough sticks, but I think I used them all for torches. Which is completely fine. So here on the first there is our lovely crock pot. We're going to plant over here, also near the campfire, but not that close that we have to worry about it. Let's quickly drop this in here and another red cap, and I actually want to keep my green. So this is going to make ratatouille, which gives us 25 hunger, 3 health, and 5 sanity, which is perfectly fine. You can always make ratatouille once you've got in just all vegetables and mushrooms. Let's cook this up and throw some wood on the fire because it's almost night time. So what do I want to do next? Let's quickly have a look at our map. There is some stuff that we haven't explored over here, but I'm afraid it's only going to be an extension of this lumber part area. Or even an extension of this with spiders and tobbers filled stone biome, which isn't really helpful at the moment. There isn't a biome over here as far as I can see, so that's unfortunate. There is probably something here. I think it's best for us to actually follow the road north and see where we get. Oh, it's full moon. We can just keep on going. I should have keep a better watch on it. Let's grab the ratatouille and take it with us. And have a look at the blue cap, what it does. It currently, as I said before, is 12.5 hunger and 20 health and minus 15 sanity. Now it's minus 3 health and 10 sanity. So it's actually great for sanity purposes, which I'm just quickly going to eat. But 1 health really isn't a problem. Let's go quickly to the road. There is a... let's quickly chop this down. That's fine. Gives us a red cap and probably some wood, which we can use in a crockpot to make more ratatouille. Ratatouille isn't by far the best recipe. There are much better recipes. However, for the amount of food that we've got at the moment, having ratatouille is actually perfectly fine. And I forgot to check on my traps for the rabbits. So let's quickly chop this down, walk back to see whether we've got any rabbits trapped. Let's have a look. There is actually a morsel over here. And there is one over here. It's good to know, by the way, that morsels do stack, while alive bunnies don't. And let's quickly get rid of this one as well. So I'm actually going to make meatballs, which is fairly easy to make. It's actually 1 meat, which morsels are perfectly fine for, especially if they're getting a bit stale, which isn't that big of a problem when you're using the crockpot. Let's quickly get some other ingredients as well. I'm hungry. Let's eat the ratatouille. And the base should be here. Let's quickly pop this in, together with this carrot and 2 of the berries we've got. And as you can see, it probably gives us meatballs, which is one of my favorite recipes to use because it gives you 62.5 hunger, 3 health, and 5 sanity, which is fairly great. We can cook another one, and for the last one we need a bit more, or the last 2 we need a bit more. So let's quickly, well, we do not really need it. We can Once we come back at night at the base, we'll grab the meatballs and make a new one. But for now, while today, let's go and explore a bit, because we already lost a fair bit of the day already. So I'm just going to wander north. I'm also going to grab these berries to have a bit more filler. In the future I actually want to dig up all these berry bushes and fertilize them with poop. But unfortunately, since we don't have that many poop, it's quite hard to do. There are actually 2 roads here, but I'm going to wander north. We're going to pass a lot of ponds, which is great because we can do some fishing as well. At the moment isn't very useful for us. We can actually, I think it might be better to go this direction, because I do not know what's in here. Oh, there's another wormhole over here. While my sanity isn't doing that great, I actually want to know where this gets us. Oh, it actually gets us in the middle of this area, which isn't fairly great. I mean, it's a great distance, but I can easily come here and it's almost the same distance to the base, so it isn't actually that great. We can do, however, since we're already down here. Oh no, the moveless are the next one. No, let's go back. It's not really necessary for us to be here. Okay, we're back at the point where we began, so let's just walk to the northwest and see where we end up. Actually expect to see some sea here. Yeah, as I thought. There's that here, this parrot is from the shipwrecked extension, which I do have on that. If I want to, I can convert this save into a shipwrecked version, but I don't want to do that at the moment. So let's just keep following this road then. It's good to know that it ends here. Grab some more berries, and we have this part of the Badlands. I'm not sure how big it is. It's actually, it seems quite big to be honest, so it might even be that there's a whole other, or even a couple other biomes on the other side of this Badlands. Actually a cave entrance. There is, yeah, attached to I already activated that one. Let's just keep following the road, but I think the road stops here, so I'm just going to walk over here and just follow the coastline and see where it brings us. Let's grab this red cap over here to have more filler for our meatballs. The meatball recipe is actually quite simple. It's actually a meat. Morsels work perfectly fine for that, and 3 filler, but also, as I said before, ice can be filler as well, which in the winter helps you a great deal because you don't have to get any berries or any carrots, because you can just harvest ice and use that for food. Now the winter is going to make it a bit more harder to actually harvest the bunnies, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're still there, but they are being turned into ice bunnies. I do not like walking over the Badlands, or how this part is called, the coastlands. The purple area. Oh, there are mermen over here. Is there any? Let's just keep on walking. Don't want to stand still here, especially because I cannot see any of those bubbly things on the ground, which makes me unable to predict whether a tentacle is going to shoot up from the ground and hit me. I'm just going to keep running around to see whether I can find a nice piece of biome where I can actually... Oh, there's a merman here. I really don't like that. I'm just going to follow the road that is just up ahead and see where that brings us. Oh, please, merman, don't. I think this is the road where I'm currently walking on. Very hard to see. It's actually the end of the road already. I can safely stand over here, so I don't have enough hot torches. I actually have to stay here or run back real fast. Let's keep on going. Oh, there's spiders here. Mosquitoes really don't like it here. Here's the edge already. Oh, spider nest, don't want to run into that. Almost night time. So let's just keep following the coastline. And my light has run out. Okay. This is not a safe place at all, so let's keep on running. Don't want to be here. So let's just keep following the road and hopefully we get out of here before it's dark. But I'm afraid not. No. Okay, it's a fairly safe place. We're not going to be hit by tentacles. I was seriously doubting whether we were able to pull this off. But luckily for us we did. I'm going to cook this mussel because I'm afraid I won't be back at the base before they rot. And while cooking them, that gives them a bit more, a bit longer life, which is great for now. I still can use the cooked mussels in the crock pot. For now, I'm just going to cook the berries so we can eat them. Because we're going to need it. And as you can see, our sanity isn't doing great at all. So yeah, we've explored this part. There isn't probably anything here. There might be something here, which I really want to explore, but I'm going to do that in daylight. I do not want to be running around in this biome at night. Let's just quickly drop our last piece of wood on the fire. And luckily for us, the nights are really short. We don't have to worry about it a lot. Okay. Let's keep on going. Chester, are you following me, guy? Maybe there's some other biome. No, I don't think so. I already see the coastline over here. But that's a shame. To be honest, this world is a bit smaller than I thought it would be. It's just perfectly fine. It's just... yeah. A bit of a shame that whatever resources... that there are some reasons I cannot find. Maybe that's because I'm used to playing with renowned giants on. Maybe those biomes I'm actually searching for are from them. Or from that DLC instead of from the regular don't stuff. I'm not going to grab those resources. I really would love to, but there's a tentacle nearby and I do not have any equipment to deal with it at the moment. There's probably the suspicious looking tree. Yeah, there is. Is there any part of the world that I can actually discover at the moment that I haven't found yet? At this part over here, I have seen all of this. There isn't any way that there can be more here. There is a little piece over here, but I don't think that brings us to anything new, unfortunately. I don't think this brings us to anything new either. Maybe here? So let's just go back to the base. And pick up whatever ingredients we can along the way. And then let's start also making our armor and something to fight with, because currently I don't have any armor on and I don't have anything to fight with besides my pickaxe and an axe, which aren't really great fighting tools. I'm actually going to equip the shovel and dig up some of the berry bushes. At least have some food near our house. But we need a better poop farm, and as I said before, we can actually demolish one of the pig houses and use that. But then again, I haven't seen any pigs lately, so to enable to, because we need stuff from their houses to be able to build a new house for them. Well, that's fine. Oh, I'm going insane. The bunnies are black. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, let's quickly go home, make some nice food for us, or actually there should be some nice meatballs waiting for us. Yes, there are. So let's use them also. And then the red caps. They should also, yes, indeed, give us meatballs. We want to chop down some trees because we don't have any wood, and the last thing we want. Chop, chop, chop. Yes, is chop. So let's quickly chop this down and then again plant the pine cone. So I've got a lot of pine cones. Plant. Plant. Oh, it was the right button. Turning my map around a bit. Doesn't really help me at the moment. Pushed the wrong button again, unfortunately. It's one of the things that is still difficult for me, even though I've played this game a lot of times. It's the whole planting thing. It can be a bit annoying, unfortunately, but it's something we'll gotta deal with. One bike on left. Yeah, it's just planted here. The way around. Okay, there should be some meatballs ready again. Yes, great. Okay, let's quickly throw in another meatball. I think I've got enough ingredients. Yeah, I do. Yes, this also gives us meatballs. We do actually have enough wood for us to be able to go through the night, which is nice. We've got a very long dusk, so even though it is currently saying it's already dusk and it's getting night soon, we actually have a fair bit of time left, which I'm just going to use to my advantage to search around. I'm going to grab the spares because these can give me the last of my 3 fillers that is needed for the meatballs. Actually, there is nothing here to explore. There isn't. So let's quickly run down to the buffaloes and trying to get some poop. If I'm going to encounter sticks along the way, I'm just going to grab them because that means I'm going to be able to make torches. Oh, how badly I want some nice poops. Maybe there's something here. We can explore this spot. I think we've seen most of it already. There's a single beehive over here. What do we see? More shore. Of course. So we notice this ends here. There is actually a pond fairly close to our home, which is good to know. Fishing, but unfortunately as winter is coming soon, fishing doesn't really do anything since, well, ponds are frozen over during the winter, which means there won't be any fishing for us. But luckily the rabbits are still running around, which means we can still get morsels from the rabbits. And as long as we can find any filler, though it is ice, we can make meatballs, which is quite weird if you think about it. But then again, it's perfectly fine. We can see the nightmare monsters again, which means I really want to do something about my sanity. Okay, let's quickly run down. I'm going to grab this green cactus because, as far as I know, that gives us a nice sanity boost once it's cooked. All the mufflers over here. I really thought they were mufflers. Gotta need your poopies. Aren't there any mufflers over here? Oh, there are. Huh, luckily for us. Can actually make a razor? I don't think so. No, I need my science machine for that. And there was another group muffalo down here. Wasn't there? I really thought there were like 2 groups of muffalo, like the one over there. Another group as well, but a bit more than just a single muffalo. Or beefalo, I'm sorry. Well, there's one here, but I'd rather... Oh, shoot. Okay, equip this. Do I hear poop? That's from the same buffalo. Light this glass. It burns down real quickly, but it's fine for the moment. There isn't anything here. Well, I would really have used... Oops. I really could have. So I'm not entirely sure where the other buffaloes went, because I thought they were all in here. Are they here then? I really doubt it, to be honest. I'll walk back by this path to see whether they're here in this blacked out area, but I am not entirely sure. Oh darn it, I really had hoped I would get more poops. How much does a bucket of poop cost? I don't think I can see it here. No, I can't at the moment. Oh, they are here. We found them. I was just looking at just slightly the wrong place. Let's quickly grab these poops. Guess there's one here. No, there's not one here. There's one here though. Well guys, I'm going to end this episode here. If you have any comments, leave them down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time.